Welcome back to Itchin' to Scratch Golf, the premier YouTube golf channel that features a 7 handicap trying to get to scratch from Northeast Ohio, named Ben Wagar. For that very specific demographic, I am number 1. We are at Sleepy Hollow Golf Course in Brecksville, Ohio. Holes 1 and 2, I am playing from the whites. I was playing with some older gentlemen. We were playing for money, and they insisted I play from the whites to make it fair. And then here I have a 9-iron into a par 5. After hole 2, they insisted that I move back to the golds. So I do have a 9-iron in here from 155. I hit a good drive down here and a little short on my approach. The greens here are crazy. Like you need mountaineering crampons just to move around on them. They're that slopey. Obviously not that slopey, but you know. So I played this well out, hoping to take the curve. And it did, but I just went past the hole a little bit, so now I'm going to have a really hard comebacker. 5, it's only 12 feet, but it's breaking 5 feet to the left, and I play it on a pretty good line, and just not quite hard enough, and it's hanging on the lip for a par. Man, I really wish I would have taken advantage of that easy hole number 1, but I did not. And on to a decidedly not easy hole number 2, which is a lengthy par 3. Even from the whites. I was playing 204, and that is pin in the front on a 2-tiered green. So the miss is short left, but I missed it long right into the bunker, and I'm glad it didn't go any further right because it's actually OB on the other side of the bunker. So I'm going to try to splash out of the bunker here, and I say try because it was compact sand, and I bladed it. I kind of bottomed out and hit it over the pin to the back fringe, and I'm going to have an impossible putt. Quite literally, I don't know how I could have done this putt. All these greens, most of them slope back to front. I'm aiming where that arrow was, which is, a good 15 feet, maybe 20 feet left, and there I should have been there. I actually should have been out of frame. I should have been like 90 degrees up the slope and just let it come down, but geez, that's a hard putt. All right, so I'm coming back uphill, 18 feet, trying to eke out a bogey, which I don't do. So you're going to see 2 Humphrey Bogarts representing a double bogey. On to hole 3, another very hard hole. Par 4, 454, long for a par 4. And I pull it to the left, which is going to block me out for my second shot. I have a 7-iron in hand. I'm trying to bend it the direction of that traveling flag. It's about where it is. And it just does not hook at all. Maybe fades a little bit. Just hung it out there. So trying to get up and down for my par. Got a pretty lengthy chip, and once it hits the green, it runs towards the flag. So I'm trying to just go over that bunker, which I kind of do, but I'm about 10 feet short of what would have been perfect. Like I was trying to land it in the fringe, and I landed about 10 feet short of that, and just one hop kick to the right, and this is what I got left. So this time I do land it in the fringe and do a pretty good job. It gets down to the hole decently, and I'm going to have a pretty good look at a bogey on a really difficult hole. And it's right all the way. I was playing like left edge, and I should have played like 3 cups left. That is the least breaking putt I think I have the entire day, and I should have played more break. Double bogey. Hole 4. Oh, par 5, but this one is doable. It's downhill, 567. I can get this in 2. Let's do it. I will say that I've only played this course, I think, 2 other times. Last year, I shot an 81 when I was a 10 handicap, and people were like, holy cow, that is awesome for this course. And I think my other round was an 86. So last year I played this course fairly well. I was below the hole, which is what the starter told me to be, always be below the hole. But here I leak it out to the right, got a 1-length hybrid in hand, and I just, that is a cold top. That is almost missed the ball top 20 yards with my 1-length hybrid, which is a miss I have with that 1-length hybrid. It's just a shorter club, so I've got to really concentrate on staying down through the ball, and I don't always do that. But luckily, par 5, I got some time to make it up. And I at least chunk it up there and get some distance this time. Just kind of leaks right on me. And I've got a chance to get up and down for a par this time. My up and downs thus far have been 0 for 3. See if I can go 1 for 4. I carried it about where I want. I thought this was a crazy back-to-front slope and was going to really bite into the hill. But when I came back up here, now looking at it, past the pin, flattens out a little bit. So it just ran through the back of the green. Barely nudged this puppy. So maybe it's not that flat because it made it all the way to the hole. It was actually perfect pace, just missed. Bogey. Finally, this is actually a pretty easy hole. Just slight dogleg to the right. It was playing 388 from where I was. And it was a decent drive. I missed it to the right a little bit. I'm going to have some tree trouble, but all in all, I've got a wedge in my hand trying to hit the green, so not too shabby. Got to get it up and over that tree. About the only good thing of no dynamic shaft lean on my wedges is I can flip it up over any tree. And I did, but missed it to the right. That is a common saying today. Missed a lot of stuff to the right. Up and down for par. Let's see if I can do it. Decent chip. Ran by. And I leave myself about 6 feet up the hill. Oh, I forgot to press the button. So you will see me miss my 6-foot putt up the hill, because of course I did.
We're taping, right? Make sure we got this on tape.
But thankfully, this was the only technical difficulties I encountered during filming. Also, this filming, I only played the front 9 here, so hopefully someday I can get back and show you guys the back 9. Par 3, 155, got an 8-iron, and I flushed it. Nice little fade to it. Probably a little bit too much club, as I ended up on the back of the green. But my nice swings have been few and far between thus far, so I'll take it. Got, what do you know, a big breaker. This one's going downhill. And I played it 4 or 5 feet to the right, and I should have played it 15 feet to the right. And this one, I do not see a break. I still don't see a break looking at it on camera. I didn't see a break, or it didn't look like I was coming uphill day of. And I left it short because I didn't see that hill, even though I just saw the ball roll down it. Another bogey. 7 over through 7, not ideal. Taking a 21-degree hybrid because I would have needed to play my driver like a draw on it, and it's just not a super reliable option for me. And I hadn't been driving the ball well anyway, so I took a 21-degree hybrid and I piped it. It's just going to leave me quite a bit further back than if I had taken a driver, obviously. Talk physics with you. So I got a 7-iron from 175 and another good shot. I'm finally starting to kind of clear through and not block everything right. And I'm going to have a 23-foot putt for birdie. And I'm going to be playing it out to the right. This is one of the less breaking putts of the day. Probably only had to play it 8 feet out to the right. And it was a pretty good line, just left it short because I love to leave birdie putts short. So now I only have 4 feet, and I have to play this 2.5 cups out. And I did, and I needed every inch of it. I get out there with a par, which was rare on this day. 150-yard par 3. I've got a 9-iron. The wind was blowing left to right, so I'm trying to play it just at the left part of the green and let the wind take it a little bit. And I pulled it just a tad. It is fading a little bit, and the wind is helping a little bit, but just not enough. I hit the top of a hill, and it kicked left into a bunker. If I would have been a couple feet to the right, it would have kicked right onto the green. Dems to breaks. Not quite there, but what are we going to do? All right. So I am in the bunker. Look at those hops.
It's levitation, Holmes.
I need to just nip it onto the green. So hopefully I can nip it onto the green and not try to open the club face, and that's not going to work. And I very expertly hit a very nice shot out of a compact sand. Get up there. I got 9 feet for my sand save and my par. I have this going left to right a couple feet. I feel like I've got a really good line on this ball. I'm actually pretty confident while I'm going to make this stroke. and I hit the best putt of the day, which isn't saying much because I didn't make it, but it was an excellent stroke. I just didn't quite play it out far enough. Bogey. Hole 9. Can I salvage something? Got the driver in hand finally. Let's see if I can finally not block one right. And hit a good drive finally. Not my longest of the day, not my longest by far, but a little pull cut that I wasn't trying to do, but it got me in the fairway. I'll take it. Now this is a shot I've been working on, just this kind of half feel my way there pitching wedge. You'll see I barely took my hands above my waist just to kind of feel where I needed to get it, and it was perfect. This was probably my best shot of the day. Left myself 3 feet for birdie, so of course I'm going to drain this, even though watch how far I have to play it out. And watch what happens to the ball. Why is it still moving? Oh my God, you can stop now. I swear it got to the hole and backed up, and they gave it to me, and I picked up my ball and ran for Dodge. So that mercifully ends my round at a 43 with 19 putts. 0 for 6 up and downs. That was rough. Greens and regulation, actually a little better than I thought. Hey, journey to 1 million subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me, and we are on our way to 1 million. Let's do it. So, I got a lot of room to improve here, obviously. Thank you so much for watching Itching to Scratch Golf. Thanks for subscribing and liking. It means a lot to me. Come on back next time. Hopefully I play a whole lot better for you. Thanks. Bye.
Itching to Scratch Golf.